24. Still striking, demonstration with one less evidence, E5 removed. Why is Jesus God? The powerful chain of logical evidence. Step 1, evaluating the strength of evidence. E1 and E2. E1, the empty tomb, and E2, the accounts of post-resurrection appearances, are closely connected pieces of evidence. We combine them as the first set of data for our initial Bayesian update. P, E1, E2. H. If H is true, Jesus truly rose, what is the probability that we would observe both the empty tomb and reports of resurrection appearances? This is virtually certain. A risen Jesus would necessarily result in an empty tomb and witnesses claiming to see him. Assigned value P, E1, E2. H, equals 0.99 P, E1, E2. H. If H is false, Jesus did not rise, what is the probability of observing both the empty tomb and the resurrection reports? This requires appealing to various naturalistic alternative explanations. We must evaluate the weighted likelihood of each, competing hypotheses, theft theory, T disciples or others stole the body. Explains E1 but fails completely with E2, why would grave robbers then claim to have seen Jesus alive, and it strongly contradicts E3. P, E1, E2. T, is almost equal to 0.0001 swoon theory, s. Jesus never died, but revived and left the tomb. Explains E1, but a half-dead man could never appear in a glorified state, E2, nor inspire disciples to proclaim him as the risen Lord. P, E1, E2s, is almost equal to 0.000001 hallucination theory, v. The disciples experienced collective grief-induced hallucinations. Explains E2 but cannot explain E1, hallucinations do not remove bodies. Jewish authorities could have easily produced the corpse to end the movement. P, E1, E2v, is almost equal to 0.01 wrong tomb theory, w. The women went to the wrong grave. Explains E1 but not E2 or E3, an empty grave does not generate detailed appearance traditions or martyrdom-level conviction. P, E1, E2w, is almost equal to 0.0001 if a skeptic assumes these four explanations are equally likely, then tongue sticking out, E1, E2 divides H, is almost equal to 0.0001 plus 0.000001 plus 0.01 plus 0.0001/4 is almost equal to 0.00255 P, H E1, E2, equals, P, E1, E2H, times P, H, /P, E1, E2H, times P, H, plus P, E1, E2H, times P, H. P, H, equals 0.0001 P, H, equals 1, P, H, equals 0.9999 numerical calculation. Numerator is equal to 0.99 times 0.0001 equals 0.000099. Denominator equals open parenthesis 0.99 times 0.0001 close parenthesis plus open parenthesis 0.00255 times 0.99999 close parenthesis almost equals 0.000099 plus 0.002549 equals 0.002648. Therefore P, He1, E2, is almost equal to 0.000099 divided by 0.002648 almost equals 0.0374, 3.74%. Conclusion even starting from an extreme skeptic's prior of just 0.01%, the explanatory power of the empty tomb and resurrection appearances, E1 plus E2, drives the probability of the resurrection up to 3.74%, that is a belief update of over 370 times.